Back pain. 85% of Americans have it, and if you're in that lucky 15% that doesn't, you may want to listen up because we're going to be going over some great tips and tricks to get you in and out of those bad situations. Hi, and welcome to E3 Strength. My name is Earl, and today we're reviewing your lower back health. Why does your lower back tend to go out, or is it so easily injured? Well, it's a bunch of soft tissue around two big bony structures, the rib cage and the pelvis, and when the tension in either of those two areas happens to increase, the lower back is lengthened and it doesn't like that. So if you haven't experienced back pain when you get out of bed, that's due to the fact that the discs that really help to absorb the shock in your lumbar spine and the rest of your spine refill with synovial fluid overnight. So you're actually a little bit taller when you first wake up, and if you lengthen the muscles in between those two bony structures, the back is going to want to tighten to bring them back to their normal, regular resting length, and that's pain. So here's what we're gonna talk about doing. If you're just in bed, and especially if you've hurt your back and you're working on getting back to 100% health, we recommend starting before you get out of bed and maintain your back health. Here's how we do it. You're gonna start in bed, so imagine this lovely rubber flooring is my bed, and as I wake up, hopefully sleeping on my back, because that's gonna be great for my spine versus laying on my side and tweaking my neck, you're gonna bring your heels in toward your butt. Now you've seen a windshield wiper before, and this is a great one to get started with. It's just gonna get a generation of blood to the hips and then also articulate your lower back. Keep it 90 degrees here, you're going side to side. And this is where we recommend starting. It's easy, shouldn't be too painful, and will help to loosen everything up. From here, the next thing we wanna go to is the figure four stretches. Again, part of warm-ups you've seen in the past. But a figure four hip flexor stretch looks just like this. You adjust it only slightly, bring your knee into your chest. You may bring your knees into your chest periodically, and that helps to lengthen the lower back, especially if it's going into spasm, which is temporary relief, also helps to put a little bit of traction on that lumbar spine. So all great things, and you're doing that one leg at a time. Then we're gonna go to a figure four glute stretch. And again, this is actually gonna lengthen the lower back, which is going to help loosen things up, take some tension off, but also really take some tension off your hips. You're gonna do that on both sides. And you haven't done anything with your back yet, you're still lying down. So forget the fact that I keep hopping up, hopping down, I just wanna talk to you. So be sure to stay in that position, going from the hip flexor mobility, which is your windshield wiper, to your figure four hip flexor stretch, and then you're going to figure four glute stretch. From there, we can start working on the thoracic spine. So that's the bony structure, the rib cage above the pelvis, which if you have tension there is going to pull up on your lower back. So you're already in this position, you've been lying down working from here so far. The next thing you want to do is then roll, pregnancy roll as we say, onto your side. Once you're on your side, you then can do what's called the open book. You take your hands together and you're going to slowly rotate your thoracic spine open. If you can't get your arm down, it'd be great to put a pillow under there, rest it, and then back to neutral, let your body relax. And you can do that several times, but don't hold that initial stretch until you've done it a few times and you've got some blood flow to the shoulders and also your upper back. Once you have that done, again, barrel roll. That way the spine can stay nice and tight, you're not putting any torque, and it's not uncomfortable. You have the same thing on the other side. This is a great way to get started. That's your first move. From there, as you're going throughout the rest of your day, especially if you sit at a desk for work, schedule time to get up and move. One of the biggest issues I've had personally when coming back from an injury is I'm sitting and working and I go to get up and it takes me a solid 5 minutes to really get that last little tilt out of my pelvis and get completely vertical. So try to keep yourself upright. If you can stay on your feet all day, sometimes that's better for some people. Some people need to sit and take breaks, and that's okay too. Figure out what works for you and keep yourself moving to some degree, because if you rest too much, you can cause pain as well. The last thing we want to talk about is getting back into a workout routine. If it hurts, don't do it, is what a doctor generally says for most injuries. However, with your lower back, if it's tight and it has some pain, but it feels better after you work out, that's because you're generating blood flow and loosening things up. So as long as you stretch following that and eliminate some of that tension, with the hip protocol that we have in a video that we're going to link down below in the description, then you're going to loosen things up and help to overcome that injury. The things you want to prevent though are going to be impact related moves, plyometric moves, and until you get back to 100%, try your best to eliminate any rotational style moves. And then as you're going through this, integrate those back in, because those will be the things that will strengthen the lower back and help you to overcome injury once you're able to perform them again. So just taking your time and working your way back up. But if you just stop and let the back fix itself, well, it probably will, and hopefully you're right. But a lot of times you prolong this agony for weeks at a time versus 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and you're pretty much right back to where you started. And that's what you want to see, is a quick recovery time, not just 3 or 4 weeks. We hope that this video has been helpful. If it has, please give us a like, a comment, or a share, and let us know how E3 can help you guys in the future. Thanks.